So guys, how about Dream Club? They don't know what it's about, and
So we've started this thing called Dream Club, and I think a lot of people don't know what it's about. That's probably because we're still figuring out what it's about and how we can like add value and
yeah.
what do we want to do?
Well, remember, ideally, it's to get people who have this dream, to how do I make it, financially without, like we were talking about, to giving back at the same time and asking for money, and how do you do that and make it kind of, substantial for everybody. So, I just think Dream Club to me, it is a way for me to give back what I've learned entrepreneurially to help people, discover a dream. And it's a process, and it's a process that I'm continuing to do. I'm sure you're continuing to do it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, so where we started from was, the dream is such a conceptual thing, and some of us, we don't know what it is, we want to realize it. If we do know what it is, and we don't know the steps to getting there, there's no set path to our dreams, but we want to be able to allow that dialogue to happen and to create a community around supporting each other to go for our dreams and take that thought from an idea and then bring it into reality. And create exercises which are, things that we may have used that have helped us to get to where we are. So I've set up my own fashion company and a non-for-profit organization, and there were a lot of steps that I had to take to get to that place. And I'm still learning as I'm going. And Jason, you've...
Yeah, I've started the Charm City personal training thing, which was a long process to kind of get to that. That started probably 2008. So and then from there it's building off that to writing a children's book, to writing a program for Parkinson's and MS, to doing all kinds of things, and it's just kind of honing those things to where you don't feel overwhelmed at the same time. So it's just something that I think people get overwhelmed with just one dream or one goal, and how do you just build on that one goal or that one dream? What about you? What was your process of going from, like, why did you, go from where you were to starting a fashion line, and why Bali? Why, why the name?
Yeah. I always wanted to be a fashion designer, but it's not a career that's highly promoted or supported, and it's difficult. It's a difficult industry to get into, and I just went through a long process of denial, saying that I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it on the outskirts. So I did the retail side of it, and then I did the business degree, and after all these years, and now even after having become a fashion designer, there's certain skill sets that I didn't allow myself to be trained in, the actual process of sewing, and I can do it on a basic level, but that part of me I still want to cultivate. So even now, my dream has come true, but there's always more things that we want to aspire to do, and why is it important? I think it's important because it excites us. It makes us, feel alive. It makes us feel like, what we're doing is relevant to why we're here. And we don't really know what that is all the time. Sometimes it starts from a hobby.
Yep.
I always just loved it. I mean, I still just love it. I love it. I get consumed in just looking at like books about fashion designers. I get consumed with looking at sketches, and after all this time, this long love affair with this fashion industry does not bore me. It frustrates me sometimes, but it does not bore me. It always captivates me.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like anything. It's any job, anything you do, there's the ups and downs. Where you love what you do, you have the passion. But there's the frustrating side of it, so where it's personal training with dealing with multiple personalities, and how do you change your workouts throughout the day for different people, and you never know what you get when it comes to the door. So same for you with fashion, learning how to do certain things, and like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be this much work, or I had to learn, accounting, financials, writing, all kind of things that come with any type of business. So I think that's, finding that balance so you don't get frustrated, and keeping yourself relevant and keeping yourself rejuvenated about what you do. That's kind of what Dream Club's about. It's kind of, making you discover that dream and being passionate about that dream and how to keep it going, and finding that support from other people, because it takes other people to make your dream happen. I can't do it by myself. I'm sure you had plenty of people to help you do your dream as well. So,
and what were like the 5 top things that you think really took you to the place you are now, from having this idea to fully realizing it and living it?
Oh, 5 top things. I would say writing down your goals was huge for me. I wasn't always a huge believer in that. Not that I didn't believe in it, but I just never did it. So I think writing your goals down is 1. 2 is executing that plan for the one goal. I don't think you need to have a bunch of goals, but and then after you execute that plan, it's, I would say, keeping it going. So it's a marketing thing, it's a advertising thing, I would think. Number 4, I would say, after marketing, advertising, that I would think it would just be education. Continue to educate yourself in what you want to do, in your passion. You can never kind of stand still. And for number 5, I would say, again, always be forward thinking. Think about the next thing, what you want to do next. Helps you achieve those dreams and those goals. And it doesn't keep you stale and that kind of thing. So
now that I listen to you, it makes me think about what really has worked for me. And I agree. I think manifesting comes from creating a vision board, bringing it to life through your, feeling it, experiencing it, and then having it starting to take place by taking actions. The big phrase that I always looked at, and I had a little quote on my computer whenever I was doing this, is to stay faithful to your dreams. Stay faithful always when everything's going wrong. Just keep recommitting and committing and committing. And when things aren't working out and doors are closing, look for another door. There's always another way. And actually, sometimes those doors closing allow you to become more innovative. And this word, we throw it around a lot, but you find another way. And by finding another way, you probably wouldn't have taken that path had it all worked out the way you had envisioned in your mind. So there is a perfect plan. Perfect, but it's not our plan sometimes. There's something that's weird to talk about, but there's something outside of ourselves that's happening.
Something weird is going on.
Once you begin this journey and, you start connecting and meeting people. Jason and I met at a random moment, and you support each other. And the greatest element that's helped me get through is the support of this community, the support of friends that believe in you. And when you are feeling discouraged, when you are feeling like you just want to give up and you don't want to be faithful to your dream because it's kicking your butt so much, you have these people to say keep going, they believe in you. And then you start believing in yourself again, and then you start again with your little backpack and believing and going, and just like running, you just keep on running through, and eventually you hit your flow.
That's true. Yeah, and we were talking about that, the whole, there's something weird going on. And it's true. I believe, I'm a firm believer, in it, that, you put it out there, it's going to come back to you. We were just talking today about, we were thinking about something specific earlier about, I can't remember what it was.
How you're meeting people and then...
Oh, yeah, how we're meeting people. And for example, we met she was, at the gym, playing with your nephew, and it was a very quick instant. It was just, hey, it was a very quick dialogue, and then you went on your way, and I went on my way, and then you took a class of mine, and then you came to my book signing, and it was just these little, and it wasn't anything in any specific order, but it just kind of happened. And then we started talking about, getting my books to Bali and Indonesia and that kind of thing. And then it's like, let's meet up and talk about it. And then it went from that to, if we help people discover.
Let's help people realize their dreams. And then
here we are, and we're making a video.
And there's no, there's no set order. There's no science to it. I've done the business degree. I've done that kind of structured way of approaching a plan.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's important to create this kind of community around it, because there's no right or wrong way, and there's people that you're meeting that are going to connect you with other people, and even this dream club, someone you might meet in the dream club meeting might be someone who just has a skill that you need, or you need each other in different ways, and you're adding value to each other's lives. So if we were to sum it up in a sentence for dream club, what would we want to accomplish? What's our intended outcome?
I would say our intended outcome is to help people unlock your dream, whether it's through a feeling, a sensation, an emotion, us asking the right questions or knowing the right people, however that may be. I think that's how you would sum up Dream Club. And again, it's that community of people, and get you thinking a different way about yourself and your business and how you can accomplish that. That's what I think Dream Club is.
And what was, if you can think back to the moment that changed your life, that moment where you went from where you were before, pre-dream, to you starting on that path to realizing it, what was that pivotal moment? What caused that?
I would think for me it was, I would say fall 2013 for me. That's when I recently became single, and I realized for me I can now do what I want to do. And I can dream as I want. I can achieve what I want to achieve, and then that's when kind of things just started happening. I went to Landmark. I became a Lululemon ambassador. Went to Landmark. I met with other Lulu ambassadors, and we have same thing, kind of a whole, almost like a dream consultation type thing. We just talked about goals and goal setting and how can we help each other. And then from there, it's like all these little things spawn, and it was just kept, and things come as they need. You'll lose a little bit of faith. You'll lose a little bit of
self-belief.
Yeah, self-belief and motivation, and then something will come along and it'll bring you right back. And it comes as it's supposed to come. It doesn't happen. You can't ask for it. You can't wish it comes tomorrow or right now. It comes when you need it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing. People, once you realize that, and not to be right here, right now. With all the social media stuff, everybody wants to be right now. It wants to be
instant gratification.
Instant gratification, and it doesn't happen that way. It happens more or less just, when it happens. And then once you realize that's happening, like, oh my gosh, it's happening right now, then you can appreciate it more. You can appreciate, oh wow, just coming up with an idea on the spot, or be in the shower thinking and be like, well, what if I want to come up with a name for a class and a juice bar? You just come, you like being quiet and listening. It's just, that's how it happens, I think. So, and that's, other things that work, I believe, so.
And then the part which, maybe it appears that, we've got it all together and, we're doing these great things and everything's all exciting. It's not as glamorous as it looks. It is like the warrior's journey. It is a fight, but it's also finding those moments where you embrace the beauty of the journey. My journey started when I was completely miserable. I was so unhappy. I was at rock bottom. Nothing was actually really wrong. I had a really great job. I was in a good situation. I was in, relationship. We're having a little bit of trouble, but something had to change. Something had to change because I couldn't continue living the way I was living. I just was causing myself so much misery. And, from the outside, I looked like I had it all together, and everyone would just kind of, think that, oh, everything's fine. But inside, I was slowly dying. So I had to make a change, and I made that change, and then everything started to unfold. It doesn't work out perfectly. You're going to go through these ups and downs, and emotionally, it's a roller coaster. But it's much better than the alternative of living this monotonous life that is like a plant without water. The dream is the water to the plant that makes it grow and turn into the ability to blossom to a flower. That's what I think a dream is. So I'm fortunate to be on this journey. I'm fortunate I met Jason. And I hope that we're able to do some wonderful things together and, give that support within the Stream Club community in Baltimore.
All right. See you guys next time.
See ya.